Give me 3. Welcome back, Paul.
Thank
You're
you,
late.
Christine.
We started a podcast 20 seconds ago.
Oh, shit.
Do make haste.
How's it going?
It's good. Saturday morning, and I'm not working. I'm at home. Life is good.
That's right. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, what's
You
been
doing
going on?
good? You
I'm
doing
doing really
good?
good. I was thinking about there's a lot of shows we've been keeping up on.
A lot of television.
A lot of television shows.
We also saw a concert this week, which is unusual for us.
Yeah, saw the Hermanos Gutierrez. Is that like loose and weird?
It is. But I think I got it. I know my way around a mic these days.
Nice.
I'm fine.
Yeah, Hermanos Gutierrez came through the Rialto in Tucson. It was awesome. The lighting was so cool. Like they did this like sunset behind them.
Yeah, I really liked that. The colors were gorgeous.
It's a vibe. Like the whole thing is a vibe. Mm-hmm. We've kind of established. Like it's less about the music is good, but the vibe is doing a lot.
But the vibe is better. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, the vibe is helping a lot. I feel like if Hans just said like, hey, I recorded some guitar, we'd be like, this is cool. It's great. It wouldn't be like, wow, like this is really, really something that's going to be a global success. But there's something about like brothers.
Yeah, and also just the mystery of the lighting was intriguing. Like the way it, they pretty much never lit up their faces the entire show.
Yeah,
even
they were
though
like a
arguably
silhouette.
they're like pretty faces. You think you would put them up on the big screen like they do at the shows, but
They are very handsome.
they didn't do it. It's just all kind of like more jam bandy, you know. It's like it gives this energy of like it's just more about the music, you know. But
Yeah, and they're sitting,
all
which
the
is really
while they
cool.
have like a very well curated brand identity, I think.
Yes.
Going on.
Very well created, curated.
Well, yeah, like intentionally, you know, it's definitely,
It's
you
put
know,
together.
as casual as it may seem, it is definitely not accidental.
Yeah, it's perhaps authentic, but it's with intent.
Yes.
But fuck, they pull it off well.
Yeah.
Like they look good. They're fucking handsome. We bought the vinyl and we were like, I don't know who I'd rather fuck. You got the cute younger brother with the mustache. He's a little scrappy rascal. But then the older guy, wise, chiseled.
Well, I mean, musicians in general, too, always have this like dreamy air about them, you know.
Sure,
Girls.
even the ugly ones.
Yeah. Because it's like, oh my God, it speaks to like your soul, you know. So it has already an inherent ability to kind of sway and influence and just cause hysteria.
Is there a musician that you think of as like would probably be ugly, but they're hot because they're a musician? Like Tom Petty, you know, like I'm sure he got laid a lot. And he ain't much of a looker. He looks like Skeletor, you know, like.
I mean, James Morrison was kind of like that. Like, I don't
Who's
know
that?
if from the Doors?
Oh, James Morrison, yeah.
Jim
Morrison,
Jim?
I think. He often
Jimmy
is
Jam
referred
James?
to as Jimmy. I think.
James, I like said it like it was like I know
James.
him, you know? I think I'm
James.
mixing
like
James
you grew up
Taylor.
with him. James.
We
I mean, he
hooked
used to
up
go
that
by
one
James
summer.
in first grade.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Now I guess
No.
he's Jim Morrison.
I mean, is he really that handsome? But
Yeah, he is. No, he's a decent looking guy.
But is he? I don't know. I guess.
I mean, like, holy shit, sex symbol. Like, I'm going to melt when I see this guy. Like, the music is really adding a lot to that.
Right,
But he's still a
exactly.
good looking guy. Like, Jimi Hendrix is good
yeah,
looking.
but he
Bob
could
Dylan,
be ordinary,
ugly.
but then the music makes him extraordinary. And
Right.
that's a difference. There's a difference there.
But what about people who are, the music makes them decent, but they're actually fucking ugly pieces of shit?
Like Machine Gun Kelly? No, I'm
Let's
just kidding. No. Where does
Yeah,
he
he's
fit
not-
on this? He's worse and probably the music makes him worse.
Yeah, the
I
music
would
makes
think.
him uglier.
But I've never really listened. So I can't say confidently that I hate Machine Gun Kelly's music. I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
It's metal or something. It's like
No,
it's
he's
like
a rapper.
Emo. No, he raps.
Yeah, he's a rapper. He's always been a rapper.
Oh, I thought it was more like screamo for some reason.
No,
He looks
maybe it
he's
evolved
a punk
into like
rock
an
boy.
emo thing.
He looks like a
Maybe it's evolved into more of an emo thing, but
kid
he's a
that was
rapper.
like stuck in the back hallway a lot during middle school. You know, just like a troubled
little
youth,
bad boy, little rascal.
lost boy.
Lost boy. No, he's like the song like, yeah, bitch, call me Steve. Oh, I'm a wild boy. Oh, that we always play when Steve walks on stage. That's Machine Gun Kelly.
Wow, it makes sense. You would.
He did
pick
that song with
but
Waka Flocka Flame.
I can't say I would have known to reference his work. Let me tell you.
Waka Flocka's ugly without being a famous artist. All right, I don't know why we feel like we need to call people ugly, but we're just saying music adds a lot.
Yeah, it's like that
It helps you out.
universal appeal. It's just enchanting. You know, we always idolize musicians, is all I'm saying.
And artists. Why? Why do you think that is?
Willing to forgive a lot. I don't know. It's just something cool and vulnerable that they do. I mean, if you think about it, I wonder, like, isn't it the most common source of anxiety is public speaking? It's like so universal. So
yeah, but like Picasso wasn't a public speaker, you know?
No, but like all these musicians get on stage and they do public speaking and they sing. Maybe it's like we literally idolize them for doing something that most people would be too afraid to do.
Yeah, there's a fearlessness.
Oh,
I think a fearlessness in general is kind of what it is.
Yeah, and like the
like artists like Basquiat being like, whatever, man, like I just paint. You know, it's like he's sort of existing without fear. And then like Jim Morrison, I think this is why we love like drug addicts. You know, like the rock star who's like smashing hotel rooms and like drunk all the time. Like it wouldn't be fun to be their friend. You wouldn't want to be that guy, but there's something really attractive about someone who's just totally unbound by society. You know, like we're all a little bit like, I wouldn't behave like that. I wouldn't smash a TV. You're not supposed to do that. But that guy did it. I kind of like it. Pirates, scoundrels.
I know.
We like them.
Gangsters. I know. It's funny.
And I think an artist, even a painter, they're not as destructive necessarily, but there's a fearless vulnerability perhaps. Like, I'm going to do this. Like DeGrazier. We went to the DeGrazier gallery.
I think, is that?
I'm saying it wrong.
Ted DeGrazier. Is it DeGrazier? Ted DeGrazier. Let's go with that.
What do you think of it?
Degrassi, I always said.
Oh, Degrassi? It's not Degrazier? Yeah, I'm probably adding some letters.
I'm insecure.
Degrassi?
I thought Ted DeGrasse.
Like the Drake show?
No, let's go with Grazier. I think there's an I in there. It's Italian, maybe. Or
we went to his museum, his gallery, which he built himself on his property where he built his house. He built an altar there. He built, or like a shrine, and he built this gallery.
I think there's a church there too, right? Like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean, the shrine altar thing.
Yeah.
Really beautiful. He said in the documentary he's not a church-going guy, but he is religious.
Interesting, because he had like the stages of the cross. There was a very intense section of that studio.
He's a believer, but he did not go to church. Not a church-going man. I was surprised because everything was so much of it was very Catholic and religious. Christian. I don't know about Catholic. But like those different steps and stages.
That
and
is
like,
Catholic.
That's Catholic shit, right?
The stages of the cross, I'm pretty sure.
His accent too. Looking at him and in these photos, you'd think he'd be like, oh, I'm going to paint this. You know, he's like the Dos Equis guy, you know? But he was actually like more of a Southern talking American guy, you know? And he had kind of like his voice was almost a little higher pitched than I expected. Like, yeah, we're over here making this and I built this house. I put the hay in there. I thought the hay was nice.
I know.
It's closer to that.
It's so cool, though, that every part of his house is touched by, like, an artistic, ornate detail of some kind that he made. Like, there's no part that just can be trim, like, molding on a wall. It has to be totally plastered with, like, a scene of humans, like, worshiping. Everything is just so over the top.
Well, and his mud walls.
And austere at the same time. It's really cool.
Yeah. His adobe mud walls, he, like, put hay in them.
That's how you make adobe. Mud and straw, basically, and water.
So is the hay always that visible? He was saying in the documentary, he's like, I really loved the texture of the hay. So usually I did a lot of the hay.
Ground in more so that it kind of adheres and sticks and like lasts and whatever. But no, I think that was a choice.
For him. And it was cool. Really and so, like him, just as like, I'm going to build my own fucking house. Like, I want to build a house, but like, I'm too scared, you know? Like, yeah, and maybe it
come
takes
Saturday, like when it's time to build a house, I just scroll a lot, maybe pick up a book. I don't really like build the house.
It's hard to start.
It's hard to start.
Because some of the things he built
finish too.
Took him like 8-10 years to build these things. And you just think them as they're there. He built them. But it took him fucking 8 years. Like we could start building a house now and probably be done with it in 8 years.
I'm afraid we're going to have to. It's the only way to get it done in 8 to 10 years.
It's the only way. Yeah, you got to start. So anyway, there's something really attractive about this like I'm just going to do it.
Yeah, he was definitely a go-getter. It's cool. But I was thinking too about what you said. It's like it makes so much sense. He didn't really go to church, but he still obviously worshipped in some way. But like when you live, he lived basically at the base of a mountain in the middle of nowhere, you know, like that is church. Just being outside and like experiencing every day, you know, feeling every day, like sunrise, sunset, every night, like knowing all the animals. Like that's what I think the point of church is anyways. Like why would you bother going to a church if you could tap into the source?
Perhaps. I mean, church is like a community for people a lot, you know. It's good to get together, but
it doesn't it doesn't have to monopolize like worship either.
Completely agree. If we got rid of like our TV and phones,
we get so much more done, or like nothing done still. I don't know.
Yeah, like how long till we didn't even miss it? Like I bet it'd be really annoying for like 2 months, and then we'd be like, I don't know how we lived with that, just watching TV all the time.
What if we went back to flip phones or something?
I would love to. I would really love to. Like, you know how we said like, oh, when someone says like they don't really drink, like we're like, oh, that's I'm kind of jealous of that. That's nice. Like that's how I feel when someone says like, I just have a flip phone. Like I don't do social media. I don't do it. I would love that.
Yeah, it's possible.
Maybe we should do it.
Your eyes are like begging me right now.
Well, I mean, we've never had a serious conversation about like doing it, but like
blink twice if you're not okay.
Get me out of here. I mean, and I just like, I love the phone. Like, you know, there'd be no more listening to podcasts, no more playing my zombie game. I downloaded a game on my phone. You really admitted to
the zombie game lately.
Dude, it's
funny.
Fun.
I haven't seen you like
I know, but I'm
out on a game before.
But it's like the only thing I'm doing on my phone now is this game. I'm not going on Instagram. And what's worse, like scrolling Instagram or like YouTube shorts or like playing this little game?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. I think the scrolling is worse.
Scrolling could be worse. Scrolling is worse for me, I would say, than killing zombies because I'm like reading devastating news left and right or whatever. So
no, I'm seeing devastating stuff too. Like, I mean it's
zombies.
all political. I'm not talking about the zombies are devastating.
On your feed.
I'm looking at an apocalypse here. I'm dealing with a lot of... No, I mean, like, my feed is like, it's all political. It's all, like, gets me in this, like, you know, agitated state where I'm ready to, like, have an argument with someone about politics. And I'm, like, fired up and charged up. And, like, it's not healthy. Was I talking too much? You were like removed yourself from the conversation.
No, I'm just listening.
Just giving me space.
I'm just listening to you.
So anyway, I think it is like healthier to open up my phone, play this stupid game where I shoot these zombies.
I think at the end of the day, it's hard to rank which one's worse. It's just screen time. Like
it's time wasted.
It's no question. It's still time that you're staring at a screen and not doing something else. What else? What's the opportunity cost? I couldn't tell you. It depends on what you plan to do that day.
It's a lot though. It's a lot of opportunity cost. Yeah. If you look at like trying to build a house in 8 years, like better get to it.
I should have never brought you there because now I'm going to be doing physical labor on like every off weekend for the rest of my day. 10 years.
You helped me water the plants in the front yard and you had a good old time.
I do. It's just starting is hard.
You're a Jolly Rancher too.
I am a Jolly Rancher. I started calling Paul a Jolly Rancher because, I mean, obviously he's a rancher and he's a jolly dude.
I like this camera being here. I look at it more. Are you looking at this one more?
I think I'm flirting with that camera a little more.
Excuse me. Hi.
Back to a solo podcast.
Hermanos
and
Gutierrez or something?
Plus
because
2, 3.
You're pretty... Anyway. Physical labor is fun. And it's like so rewarding. Like, imagine if we cleared an area and like laid a foundation for a house and then we stood there and we looked at it, we'd be like pretty fucking cool. High five. We'd be like, that was sick.
But let's not also forget sometimes that also means like you pinched a nerve in your back and now you've got to go to work.
We have to go slow
for a week with a pinched nerve in your back. Like that's
why we have to do yoga.
That's true.
I think The process of building a house in,
Includes
let's say, 10 years.
Building this house.
I think includes 2 years of building this house. Yeah, these houses. Like getting our physical bodies
Fitness
flexible, a base
Limber,
muscular
agile.
structure that we can then do physical labor
That
and
would
not
be good.
get hurt.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, so we're on a 2-year. Phase 1 is 2 years of
Fitness.
just a little bit of fitness every day, little walking, little swimming, little stretching.
Oh, speaking of, my foot's falling asleep.
We'll get on
Gotta
blood thinners. I don't know.
Oh, feeling a little tight back there. Yeah, I'm here for it. A little. I want to be excited about fitness. Excited about like that bullshit where you tell yourself like, I don't have to do something. I get to do something.
Mm-hmm.
That's the lie I need to give myself.
It's not a lie.
I know. It's like that's the irony. Is it feels like it's what you don't want to do.
I know.
But ultimately, your body does really kind of want it.
So badly. Yeah, like there's a... What is that voice in you? It's like the devil or something. I mean, what is it? Like when it's like, I know I should swim. I know I have enough time to go swim. I know after I swim, I will feel so good. And I know there's no negative of me swimming. It's only positive.
I mean, we're obviously telling ourselves something else about it. Like some other message is saying this is a burden. Why?
Right.
I don't know.
It's like, I'd rather not. Let's just sit here and play zombies.
I'd rather shoot some zombies
I
here.
don't know, man. Why do I want to go? But like that voice is wrong. They're not right.
Do you know what I've been doing all week digitally?
Tell me.
I've been on Pinterest making collages nonstop. There was one day, I think I did it for like 6 hours. I don't know where I went. I wasn't.
That's time well spent. That's
Is it?
art.
Because
Yes.
what am I doing with that? Absolutely nothing.
You're creating art. Creating art, even for nobody, is time well spent.
Well, sure. But again.
And I think you
coulda
could do
built-
things with
I
it.
could have built a foundation.
You could have. But you also could have just been scrolling and got nowhere and like damaged your brain. Excuse me. But you didn't. You made art.
Yeah.
Making art. Pat yourself on the back. You did
Easy
it.
breezy. All right, fine.
Yeah, that's time well spent.
It's all right. Other art forms. You tried to talk about shows before I completely derailed us.
Oh, that's good though. The shows were just jumping off point. Yeah, good shows going on though.
What would you?
Well,
what
okay, we're
comes to
sick of
mind?
these
What's top
fucking
of mind?
lesbians in The Last of Us. I gotta say, not the fact that they are lesbian.
Yeah.
This love story.
There's nothing
That
wrong
was
with
just
that.
a fun way to say it.
There's nothing wrong with
Not
that.
that there's anything wrong with that, but keep it to yourself. No, the if it was a heterosexual relationship, it'd be just as annoying, maybe
It's
more
boring.
annoying.
It's the pacing. It's throwing the whole pacing off.
Yeah, it's like just fucking. Are we in danger or not?
Yeah, like yeah, I don't know. And there are things we're missing. We were concerned about like them just playing guitar or whatever, and like, aren't there zombies chasing them? But the zombies sleep in day. There's things we don't know about this
right.
world.
JC said, yeah, like if
JC
you
had
make
to fill us
noise
in.
in the day, it's fine. Making noise at night is dangerous. But
I'm also watching TV these days. Like, I need to be able to be like half in and half out. Like, I'm usually either crafting,
you
painting.
don't watch TV.
Looking at my phone. Like,
looking at your phone. Watching TV is just a
Something.
background while you look at your phone.
yeah.
And then we'll be watching like a movie together and I'll be
Sometimes
like,
I
oh
tune in.
shit. And you're like, what? I'm like, the brother, the killer was the brother. And he's like, whose brother? And it's like, why are... But
Not
at the same time,
always.
I
Like,
feel weird.
Sometimes I tune in, like genuinely, but then sometimes I opt out. It's like a weird. I don't know why I like the double dipping so much, but
I don't know. And it's like not fair that it bothers me that you're, like, why do I need you to be sitting there looking at the same thing I'm looking at? So sometimes I'm thinking like, man, should I say like, hey, you want to watch this or not? But then I'm like, but that's weird. I'd be weird to... Like, what do I care?
well,
we're
maybe
sitting
you
here
want to
staring at
talk
a
to me
screen.
about it after, and you're just like, do you remember any of the plot? And I'm like,
Well, it is, but
no.
yeah, it's nice to watch something together and experience
Sure.
it together. But at the same time, like, why? What difference does it make? I'm just sitting here. I'm watching a screen.
some-
Why should you not look at that screen and look at this screen? What's the difference?
I've got some serious ADHD. If it doesn't catch my attention, that's its problem.
I guess. But what show do you not look at your phone during?
There's some.
I'll wait.
like, you know, well, like, okay, in fairness, we watched all of Game of Thrones again because you hadn't seen that. Like, I've seen this already. So those kind of things, I have a little hall pass.
Okay, so not that one.
Not that one. But like 1923 and 1883.
You did?
I was pretty devout watching. I was paying attention. It was like emotionally gripping, you know?
Okay.
Couldn't look away.
You sure?
Didn't want to see. I am sure.
Okay.
Bucko.
Okay.
Look at who's pointing fingers here. But yeah, point made. I do a little bit of both.
I mean, maybe you've got ADHD. You have been saying that. You think you have ADHD.
I'm pretty confident I do.
So you just feel like it's hard for you to focus on something. You want your attention kind of half. You want to like split your attention.
Yeah, there's just always, my brain's already
It's hard to give it all to one thing.
Yeah.
You want to split it.
Like, I feel like I'm picking up on both the movie enough and whatever I'm doing enough. Yeah.
Enough for who? I mean, not to talk about it. Not enough to write a book report about it.
I'm not writing any reports. I'm just, did I enjoy watching it or did I not? It's enough for me.
Okay.
What do I need to report back? It's not like I have a podcast where I'm going to fill people in about what they're watching.
That doesn't matter, you know. Again, it's like, I don't know even if it's a problem. So I feel weird even bringing it up as if it's a problem. It just bothers me.
I see.
But maybe I have no right to be bothered. I assume I don't. I'm almost certain.
You can let me know. You can let me know sometime.
But yeah, these... I hate when shows do this where, yeah, it's like, we got all this momentum, like it's scary, they're coming. Okay. Now let's take it like 3 hours to have a nice moment and totally, like, people don't do that. You know, like when you're in a dire, even it's like when you're in a dire situation, you're in a dire situation. You're at war. Like maybe you find these little moments of solace, sure. But it's like the whole thing is like, it's like they're on vacation.
Yeah,
in the show.
You gotta let things breathe, but it's just slow. Like the whole,
you can tell they're trying to stretch it out to more episodes than it
This one didn't bring me successfully from like season 1 to season 2. Like I've not been interested in all of season 2. I think the relationship that I cared about, the plot line that I knew, and like everything that mattered went away, and I don't think they did a good job, like fully taking you there. I just don't feel it. Don't feel it at all.
I agree. But I think they're trying to stretch it out. JC said they're going to, like, game 2. We're on game 2 of Last of Us because it came out first as a video game. So we're in the second game, and they're going to try to put the second game out as 2 different seasons, split in half. So anyway, it's like they're just kind of...
Hurry up and wait.
Dicking us around, and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, no.
That's why I love shows like Righteous Gemstones. Any Danny McBride show, it fucking moves fast and crazy shit happens and they just like elevate quickly. Like I always talk about this, but that show Vice Principals, like they set it up as like, oh, we're gonna have this feud with the principal and like we wish we were the main principal. So you assume like that's just gonna be the dynamic of the show, and it's like a sitcom. Like this is kind of ever going on like some arc, but other bullshit's gonna happen. But then it's like episode 2, they break into this lady's house, they burn her house down, and you're just like, oh fuck, like. Okay, now what? You know, like they immediately went to the like, oh fuck, now what moment. And Righteous Gemstones does it. And like, it's just, Danny McBride does a good job of that. He doesn't waste your fucking time. The plot moves. It moves fast and it moves like into, there's no turning back. Like there's a no turning back moment like every episode. It's like, and I fucking love that.
Fast paced. They got to do a lot to keep our attention these days.
Yeah. So, I don't know. These fucking... Yeah, Last of Us is losing me.
It's losing me too. Hacks has been great. I really have loved that.
Has been great.
Waiting for them to be good again, you know, to be close. Mm-hmm. Hate this rift. I don't like it.
But now they do seem like they're finally... Which like they did... There was like 3 episodes boiling, went to a boiling point. And now we'll see them maybe work together.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I loved. And that was a point of no return. Like, she's blackmailing you for the job. You just got your lead job. I mean, the whole thing's spoiler alerts. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
and you just
We're
got the job
spoiling
of your
everything.
dreams, and like, there's no going back. You know, we're in this room now, and you can't turn around. Like, love that. You know, every show should do that kind of shit. What else are we watching? Oh, Mobland, great.
Mobland's been good. Crazy grandma, crazy family dynamic. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fun. It's like Succession energy, kind of like
Mm-hmm.
dysfunctional family, but less
Less capitalism,
CEO.
more
Yeah,
murder.
less capitalism, more violence, straight up violence. Yeah, it's great.
Tom Hardy's dope in it. I feel like he's never
Oh
been
my
better.
god! But what did we put on the other day of his? The other movie that I could
Piece of
not. I
shit.
could not even humor that with a one eyeball glance his way. I'm like, how is it so hard to watch this movie right now?
It was just bad.
It was terrible.
Forget what it's even called, but it's on Netflix. It's like a new Tom Hardy movie. And yeah, it was just one of
Skip
those
it.
shitty movies. Like,
I love
Bad
shitty
plot,
movies,
bad-
and this was just. I don't know.
It was
next
boring.
level bad and boring.
and that's the problem. And it's an action movie, which is like extra hard to do. Because action movies, even if they're not well written, they're not usually boring to watch because there's shit happening. But it was a boring, bad action movie, which is really hard to do. Yeah, they really fucked up.
totally bad.
But with Mobland, speaking of hot dudes, we were like, fuck, Pierce Brosnan can still get it. And I want to write a James Bond movie. Everyone's like, who should play James Bond next? It should be Pierce Brosnan right now at age 75 or whatever, playing a James Bond. And like, that's the movie. That's $1 billion idea.
Go on then, pop off, Paul.
I'm going to pop off. I'm going to pop off when I sell Gable and they say, what else you got? I say, I've been writing a James Bond movie starring Pierce Brosnan right
That's
now.
good. Keep it locked
And
and,
they'll
loaded
say-
in there.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Hold
You mean at present day?
Present
Pierce
day.
Brosnan?
Pierce Brosnan. I'll give you the opening scene. James Bond is being honored in some closed door ceremony by the Prime Minister. The King is there. The MI6 people are there. They're saying, hey, you're finally retiring. Lifelong of service for your country.
Do they knight him? He should become a knight.
Okay, they knight him. And he says, thank you. And he comes in for a handshake with the Prime Minister.
But
And he
then-
pulls out his gun. And he kills the Prime Minister. We don't know why. We don't know what James Bond is thinking. And then he's got to suddenly get out. The guards turn on him. He's got to kill the guards. He's got to run. He does like some James Bond cool shit to get out. He pre-planned this, blah, blah, blah. And, as he's like running through the forest or whatever, it freezes. And then you get your dope intro. Music by Machine Gun Kelly and Waka Flocka Flame. Collab back
Who's
together.
the new Bond girl?
Should be an older woman.
Oh, that's respectable. I didn't expect you to say that.
Yeah, I mean, not gross, but like Susan Sarandon.
No.
Yeah.
Pass.
What do you mean pass?
I mean pass.
You don't think she's hot? I think Susan Sarandon's still hot.
She's a pretty lady, but I don't still like her personality all that much.
Well, she's going to be acting in a different personality.
Who else you got?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Better. Take her. Catwoman. Back
Nah.
on screen.
She's not it. She's not it. She's not a Bond girl.
She
I take
could
it back.
totally be a Bond girl.
Selma.
I mean, she'd also be. Was she not already a Bond girl? I feel like she probably was.
She was in a movie with Pierce Brosnan, but not James Bond.
Yeah, sure. Give her a moment. She deserves it.
Selma could still get it.
Great. We agree.
So Selma Hayek's the Bond girl. I mean,
Cute.
cute.
They probably. I mean, do they have the it factor? Do they have the chemistry? Because that will obviously
They've got it.
determine if she is.
Yeah,
or
we'll do
not.
some screen tests.
We'll have
But
to
then,
see.
so then, I don't know what happens then. Why did James Bond kill the Prime Minister? Because he was into some shady deal, with AI trying to take over the government, and then James Bond he stops.
In what
this-
way though? Because let's get into the real take over the government. What is he trying to do?
All right, so the government is gonna let an AI program in the background kind of like start to run certain parts of the government, but the Prime Minister is implanting like a bug in it that, so, you think the AI is like, has good intentions because the designer's like, I intended it to do only good kind of thing. But the prime minister is taking advantage of his position and putting in a little thing, but it's not even on behalf of the prime minister. He's doing it for the trillionaire, Russian oligarch. See, the Russians.
Nice.
And the Russians, they plan to topple all the governments of the world through this AI bug. And so they're paying $1 billion to every prime minister and every president to let this bug in. You get $1 billion, maybe 10 billion. But then Russia will eventually run the whole world because of it.
100 million billion.
So he has to stop this AI.
Sounds fun.
I'm in.
Watch it.
$1 billion. You're welcome.
So I was just reading about this AI thing. And you know that there's some companies that will like monitor your keyboards to see how often you're clicking and typing, and they'll monitor how many emails you send per like your whole shift, right?
Oh, like if you're working from home, they make sure you're like being active.
Or in an office, but
Right.
there's software that exists, AI that exists that you can track like literally where you're clicking on the screen, your typing pace, your emails, like if you have any sort of dead zones or whatever, if say you get a call and you don't finish sending an email, like. But yeah, there's one company that like provides all this information. There's some that will compare you to your coworkers doing like the same work basically, so that you can pin people together on the team and like compare them and get all this analytical data about their performance. And then that like same company then sells automated AI to essentially do their jobs. So it could be some AI related to like taking over the workforce too, replacing so many jobs.
But that's going to happen anyway. And like, is it James Bond job to
But is that
stop
going to happen automatically,
progress?
or is it going to? Yeah, like how violently and painfully does that happen? Like maybe there's a way where they're like, this is in the best interest. We're going to replace these jobs, but there's something more sinister going on.
I think you need the sinister thing going on. I don't think you want James Bond just on a mission to stop the progress of technology,
I agree.
which is an
That's not how he
inevitable
goes
tidal
out.
wave that's coming anyway.
No.
Plus, he's pro-technology, and what does he give a shit?
Yeah, there's something going on. But anyways, I just find it interesting that these softwares exist. Like, I cannot imagine working for a company that was dehumanizing me to that extent where they were
just fire me, just kill me.
Like, no.
Like, yeah. Either hire me to do the job and pay me, and I'll show up and I'll do whatever I do. If it's not enough, fire me. But like, yeah, I hate that. I would
terrible.
I would rather be poor.
But yeah, just, I don't know, the ethical dilemma too of like gathering all this data and information about how they perform their role and then using that to fire them.
It's just learning how to do their job.
Yeah, it's basically like
them.
exactly. It's a little weird. It's sort of like allowing like hunters to like kill from a helicopter. I just feel like it's like you're doing the most. Stop doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're gonna hunt, at least like get on the ground, face everything, go find it. Mm-hmm. Don't fly above it in a helicopter with a machine gun and just like think you're doing something special.
Yeah, I mean, AI's coming. There's no avoiding that. And like I mean,
AI's here, but we have to be careful how we use it. Like, I'm really trying not to use it at all, because there's a hot second there where it was like the new thing and it was just so exciting.
Because of the environment.
Yeah, because it uses a tremendous amount of water and it uses so much energy, and there's all sorts of things, speculation about it, like
right, but it'll get
pollution
more
and like
efficient.
all these things happening around it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but will it, or will people use it more and more to a point where they never look up anything else in like a book or whatever? Like I don't know, we can't use it as recklessly as we have been, I don't think.
I mean, we're gonna use it more recklessly.
I don't like that. I want to be James. I'm gonna be me fighting AI for no reason other than progress. I'm fighting progress.
Should he get knighted then kill him, or don't even do it? He before they can knight him. I think he gets
knighted. I want to say he should be a knight.
Sir James Bond.
Sir James Bond, and
Sir James Bond.
yeah, I mean, and then it's like, yeah, then it's like, oh, who cares? I don't care about this government. Ultimately, for him to be like, you proved to us all why you deserve this knighthood more than anyone.
Right, because he does care.
He does
He
care.
says, fuck the prime minister because he's being an asshole, and I'm
ruining
willing to risk everything.
So he breaks the rules
So he's
to
still a man.
save the institution.
Right, he's a countryman.
He's a countryman at heart.
And he's a knight. Yeah, I think it's great.
Bond.
$1 billion.
James Bond.
But with AI, like another show we like, The Studio, the Seth Rogen show, and there's like all this controversy, which there really is in Hollywood, about people using AI to do CGI in movies. And people are getting upset, like you should hire real people to do the graphics. Like you should pay 100 times the amount of money and wait 4 times as long for the product to be done by hiring people instead of hiring AI. And I don't really have a problem with AI taking over like certain things like that.
I disagree. I think the arts is exactly the place that should be protected from AI, and humans should be the ones still making art. And we should have a semblance of a shred of like interest in taking care of people and making sure that their jobs don't disappear.
But back up like 40, 50 years, everything used to just be models and like, practical effects. And suddenly we have computer effects. And some people are saying, you can't use a computer to make effects. You need to do it practically. These people are going to lose their jobs. All these model makers, the people who paint the models, people who film these small, like make these effects. But like they go away, like that's what happens. And balance, so right now we're fighting for the thing everyone was fighting against. Eventually we'll be fighting to say, no, keep using AI. Don't use this newer thing. Use AI. That's important. Like we're always going to fight to slow progress. And I think you just have to like let it go. I
mean, yes and no. You can't just be a doormat when like, I don't know. I hear what you're saying, but like Shopify just this week, I guess they are saying like, if you're going to hire any new people for this company, you need to prove to me that their job can't be done with AI. Like, I guess I don't mind if moving forward, you change how you do business. Maybe you don't hire as many people on the team. But ultimately, yeah, the arts doesn't seem like a place to just hand off. Like, it's the whole point is like human expression. And sure, you should use all the skills and the tools you have, but I don't think we should be removed from the process completely. And it does raise a lot of like, there's going to be so many questions about how it's used, like moving forward. Actually, this last week too, I think here in Arizona, for the first time in history, as far as I know, AI was used. Somebody used AI to create a video of her deceased brother, who I think the case is that he got maybe killed in like a drinking driving accident or something. And she made a video of him like talking about the thing. So like
a
posthumously made this AI video that was then submitted as evidence in a court case.
Oh, wow.
And like used to influence sentencing and everything. And I guess prosecutors had asked for like 9.5 years for manslaughter. And the judge ultimately gave him 10.5 years, I guess, is what I saw. But
because the AI video like swayed the decision?
That's just what they said. But just the fact that it was submitted on record is a really intriguing moment. And like, will all victims moving forward, like, will they make videos that say like, I wanted to be a doctor and I wanted to have a family? Like, is that evidence? Is that I don't know. It's like,
I guess. Okay. I don't know.
There's a million things we won't know about how to use it properly.
If the sister would have stand there and say, put up a big picture of her brother and say, he wanted to be a doctor, he wanted to be this, like, you killed this man, like, the victim's family usually gets their day to say that stuff before sentencing, and it does have an effect.
Sure, it does.
And
it's very similar.
Is it that different? Yeah. What's the difference between like, I'm pleading for like, please punish this person more because of my emotions? I think that should maybe go away completely. Like, I don't know why the emotions of the victim should affect the punishment of the crime.
I mean, I think it's just holding space for people. Like, people really hold on to this idea of justice, and they really don't often find it in our judicial system. So getting up there to say whatever you have to say, I think, is a cathartic process that we shouldn't deny people.
Letting the family voice that, I agree. But it shouldn't affect the sentencing.
Yeah.
If one family makes a more emotional case than another one, like, oh, this guy only gets 5 years, this guy gets 20 years because his family made us all cry.
I mean, the reality is that certain crimes are more heinous than others. And
So whether or not that speech happens, the crime is the crime and the charge is the charge.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's not so easy to determine. And one of the ways we feel the weight of those crimes is by feeling the emotional impact of the survivors and the people that knew the victim, you know? So it feels relevant.
If I kill a guy, shot him, killed him, and I stole his car.
Down in Reno?
Yep. Just to watch him die.
It's and to steal his car. You were not supposed to admit that on camera.
And so I get caught. I killed a guy. They're saying, wow, that's like, that was bad. It's going to be 60 years in prison.
Okay.
Let's just say that's the kind of standard. That's what I end up getting.
It's not, but
let's just say, or let's say I don't kill him. I fucking hit him, and he's like, can't really speak.
You bludgeoned him.
I bludgeoned him. I bludgeoned him. I'm a bludgeoner, and now he can't like talk for himself. But I didn't kill him. 60 years in jail. If his mom comes to court and says, makes everyone cry, makes the judge cry, gives this insane story not insane. It's terrible what I did. And now this guy can't talk, and he really wanted to be a poet or an actor, and now he can, and makes the whole room cry. Or if his mom shows up and says, it is what it is, I can't believe it, like, this is awful, but I have to move on, and it is what it is, and like, I forgive you. I'm a Christian, like, I forgive you for what you did to my son. I think it's awful, and I'm glad you're going to jail. Okay, and everyone says, oh, okay. Nobody cried. Should my punishment be worse if the mom made you cry, or if the mom showed up and didn't give a speech that makes people cry? My punishment should be my punishment. I don't think it should change the sentencing.
For that case in Arizona, I'm pretty sure that was kind of the approach the sister took. Like, I remember the blurb or the line was like, oh, he was a Christian, and like, she felt that he would forgive him and whatever. So I don't think it was flagrantly like reaching or emotionally manipulative. Yeah, I mean, manipulation shouldn't be allowed, but
but does it happen that the victim's family makes a speech in court before sentencing, and depending on what they say, the judge might make a different decision on the sentencing?
I believe so. I mean, a judge is always making a decision based off of the evidence that's presented in court, and that could be
evidence
testimony from any number of people in the case. A cop,
but grief is not evidence.
But it is a reality of the crime that took place. If you are a cop and you walk into a crime scene and you analyze the blood spatter and what you say about the trajectory and the harshness or the violence there, that influences the judge's decision just as much as any emotional plea might. I mean, more so. I guess that's like...
different. It's different. Like the
slightly
analyzing what happened, how the crime occurred, the violence, the horrificness of the crime is what it is. And then separately, how the victim's family feels about it is important. They should get their day, and like, we should hear it, and it's important information to be heard and to be known. But I don't think it should affect the punishment that the person gets. Like, we've analyzed the blood spatter. Like, this is the crime you committed. This is the punishment for that crime. What if you have no family? What if the victim has no family to speak for them? This guy gets a less crime because you didn't make 20 people sad. Like, I don't think it's a weird thing in our justice system.
Yeah, it is a weird reality,
I don't think crime, punishment, I don't think should be the goal. It's like removal from society, You did a bad thing. We've all agreed this is what happens when you do that thing. I don't need you to suffer. I don't need you to be punished. Like beyond just like, this is what you get. You go to jail now for 10 years or for life or whatever. And, you know, after 10 years, you can come back, try again. But like,
yeah, I don't know how to hold space for both of them properly. Cause I do agree with you. I don't, I see what you mean. Like the facts are the facts about the case and like that's, the punishment should fit, but it's just not, unfortunately, that simple. But yeah, there was a man like 2 or 3 weeks ago in Tucson that just like attacked a couple with a machete at a bus stop and ended up killing the man. And yeah, I don't know how to separate that because it's like I read about the family and it's like they just had a miscarriage and we're moving back from California because they wanted to be closer to family and we're having a really hard time. And like they were on their cross-country road trip home. And like, you know, you hear about these things and it's hard not to bring the emotional weight of them into like your outlook.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
how would you not?
It should affect us. Like we should hear that story and it should have an emotional reaction to why that's even worse. Like that's sad. There's layers of that really make it even more sad.
But
know?
yeah, I agree.
Should that affect what the government, how the government punishes the person
well, and
who did the crime?
The person who did the crime, like I'm right there with you. I don't want him to suffer. He's probably suffered a lot in his life. He's probably really unwell. And yeah, I just want him locked away where he's not going to be approaching people on bus stops with a machete anymore. Like,
yeah.
You struck out. Like, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
There should be no wiggle room to allow any of that to happen. And
yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's a very flawed system. I think anybody who's ever had to deal with it realizes that pretty quick. And not to say there aren't a lot of really good people working really hard to like bring justice for families and victims and all this stuff, but I don't think it seems like the common thread is like it didn't bring as much closure as I hoped, or like,
well, I mean, yeah,
there's always seems to be loose ends.
Sure. Like some things are just sad and no amount of punishment or getting to voice your thing, it's like that sadness doesn't go away. It just, a very sad thing happened in your life and you have to live with that, and that sucks.
It's also weird, like the obsession with some crimes, you know, like Marie Benet, you know, that
John Ramsey.
I'm so bad with names. John Benet Ramsey was like sensationalized for decades. Like it's just so wild and like a little bit creepy that we just latch on to like certain stories and then sweep others under the rug. And so it's weird. It's weird. Weird little thing.
Yeah, we're weird. And like there's something fascinating about it.
Weird country. It's like living here, you get so used to those ads that play on TV that are like the drug commercials that are list like 25 symptoms and all the possibilities of death. And I just feel like people around the world, when they hear it, we're probably just like, wait, what, America?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
There are things you get used to, for sure.
Like drug commercials don't really exist in like other parts.
Countries.
Yeah, in most
countries. I think
countries.
just us in New Zealand allow like commercials like that.
These big
Something
pharmaceuticals
like
just coming in with their little weird ass ads.
Yeah, I would love for that to go away.
I would love that to go away. That's like in Vermont doesn't do billboards.
Love it. Germany, remember? We were driving in Germany. We were like,
insane.
oh, dude, I just realized like we haven't seen a billboard this whole time.
Nice.
And it's so beautiful. Driving through the countryside, it looks like the countryside versus just looking like billboards.
Yeah.
It's such a difference. And like, you ever seen a billboard and bought something? Like, we don't need them. You know, it's just space that people go like, I guess we should advertise. You know?
And what the fuck is the thing even? I see it everywhere. I'm sick of seeing those billboards. The thing. What is the thing? Who even knows?
You're making an argument that the billboard helps, though. You're like, it's made you curious about what the thing is, and you're...
Well, it exists in like every state I've ever been to forever.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's a bummer. Okay, wait, back to AI.
But I have never looked up. I don't care that much.
Back to AI.
What about it?
In movies. Like... I don't know. I just have no problem with AI making art. I think more art is not bad. AI making music, we'll either like it or we don't. If we like it, then it's like, wow, cool. Music we like. And it'll probably inspire... Like I might listen to an AI created album and be like, wow, this is fucking weird that AI just made this album. And maybe I think it's kind of cool, or there's something about it that's kind of cool, and it'll influence me. Like, more music I don't see as bad. And also, it increases the value of something made by a human. Like the AI album, even if it's like bops, we're gonna feel less connected to it than like the Post Malone album or the Hermanos Gutierrez, you know?
I would assume so.
Like, think about everything behind that of why we like it. If AI made that music, we would care close to zero. But it's two brothers making this music. They grew up. He's like, I missed my brother, so I started learning guitar so that I could feel closer to my brother. Like, there's something you feel from it, and it matters. And you're like, great, I'll pay $80 to come see the show. I'll buy the fucking vinyl record. This is I feel something here. Like AI making art or music, and also with technology in movies, like CGI has allowed certain people to make movies you just couldn't have made without it. Like,
Shallow Hal.
Shallow Hal.
Great cinema classic.
Or Moana. That's all technology.
Well, I do love Moana.
And no one's being like, we should have real actors, even though they do make one version now always with a real actor too. But technology is such an important part of that movie. And like, we love that movie. It's still beautiful. And you can't make Moana without technology.
It's an enhancement, right? You can use it as a tool in your toolkit, but you should still be like, I think, be funneled by this lens of a creativity and passion project.
That's more admirable, and that should happen. But also, like, if I'm like, dude, fuck, like, Brendan and I are starting a record label, like, we need a website. I want a website that just links to all these different things. If I can just say that to an AI program, it goes, boop, there's your website, exactly as you want it. And I can write, actually, make it cooler and darker and more hip. And they go, boop, there you go. That just costs someone a job.
Very convenient, but you know what? There's always a cost of convenience.
I know, but my point is, what I'm making is being facilitated with this website. The website is not the art.
I feel like most people don't have a problem with that. Most people have a problem when you say, you know what? You don't need your company. There's no point for you to do this because AI can distribute this music and you're not needed. That's the problem people take offense to.
No, but art, nobody ever needed art.
False. Humans have always needed art.
And they always will. They'll need it whether AI makes it or not. It was never like for survival. You need water, food, and shelter. Like art is this extra thing that we crave and we love. And it makes us feel human, and we use it to express ourselves. An artist, Degrassi would paint no matter what. If he was born today, he would still paint. I would still make music, even if AI can do it. I like to make it. It's important to me, like, And if there's little tools that can help me do something quicker, do something better, I'll use them. But I like making shit. Like artists are always going to crave making something.
This is just
people make things with their hands and they love it. They could buy a machine that would do it, but that's not the fun part. The fun part is fucking making it, crafting it, whittling it.
Our AI is like designed to improve the quality of life for us. Is that not? Would you agree?
I mean, it's designed to make money because it can do things quicker. But
so who is that serving? Is it serving you and me for AI to replace your art project? I would rather them come over and do my dishes. I would rather AI find a way to schedule my doctor's appointment so I don't have to do it anymore. I mean, like, where could we be putting AI instead of some place like the arts? Because it doesn't, to me,
we can
belong
put it wherever we want. But if I want to make a music video and I can either spend like 30 hours trying to do something or just say, man, I want this to look like the Pokemon video game, but it'll be us rapping these words. Whoop. there it is.
Get
Like
it. It's-
for me, that would
that
be
could
better
be your
because my
choice.
art is not making music videos. My art is making music. So I will always make the music. I like making music. But
Are you okay?
but there are things that help you get the music out there that if AI can help me, I'm all about.
I know you've been a firm cheerleader of AI from the very beginning, and I humbly sit here.
But in life, sure, we should use it for whatever it can benefit. Yeah, like let's have it schedule our things. We'll be able to use it as much as or as little as we want.
But yeah,
hypothetically.
that's what I would like to know. Like, how can we actually use it to?
But if I see a Batman movie and it's like, oh, that explosion, like nobody sat there and like did that on a computer. AI did that on a computer. I'd go, oh, okay. I guess that got them there quicker and cheaper. That's fine.
Yeah, and maybe it sells more tickets, and maybe it doesn't. Maybe
And
people
maybe it
don't
doesn't.
resonate with the film. Maybe people can't connect with it, or maybe
Maybe
they
not.
still can. I don't know.
And if someone was like, you know, the new Tarantino movie, it's all practical effects. He did everything they even built little models. We'd be like, I want to see that. And we'd watch it and we'd say, this is cool. It's cool. It's beautiful. Like, I'm glad he did this by hand. I think there's something really special about that. Like, we'll still, I think, value it even more. We'll value like something
we will
really
perhaps,
shot.
or they won't be funded because they're too expensive to make, and
Yeah,
so
it'll
we'll
be less
never
and
even
less
see
common.
them because AI will do it too effectively and too cost efficiently to allow space for other films to be made. That's what artists worry about.
Yeah,
being
there
put
will
out
be
of work.
a commercial issue, but the ability to release a movie, make your own, like if we wanted to spend 3 months making a little claymation thing, we can put it on YouTube. You know, like there are ways in this world where I don't need a studio to approve my movie, pay for my movie. Like there are. So with the technology comes sort of the solution to the problem that the technology creates. It creates a problem and then a solution comes up, and then that creates a new problem. The solution comes up. This is just the road we're on, you know? When the printing press was made, this explosion of misinformation all over the world. People just printing complete bullshit, spreading lies, lying to people. And then we found a way to kind of try to figure out how to like publish books, peer review things, make sure certain things can be stamped as like truth. Now we have all this technology. Oh, incorrect information everywhere. We'll figure out a way to analyze what is truth, what is not. And then a new problem will come up. Like it's just kind of, it's part of it. I think you can't fight it. Like,
Spoken like a jolly rancher, folks.
hey, listen, folks, can't fight it. That's my story.
How about we go get a snack, huh?
Let's snack up. Smoke some meth or something out here in the
I was
desert.
just thinking maybe like an Oreo and milk, but
Oh, sure. All right. It was a lot of fun to talk to you.
it was fun talking to you too.
I love you.
I love you too.
Good night, everybody.
Inside.